Hello friends, in continuation with our last video, now to better understand of this method, we will solve one problem. Suppose problem statement is likewise. So we are having one centrifugal pump suppose, and we have to find out the expression for power required to run that centrifugal pump when power P is depends upon head available at the centrifugal pump, discharge of that liquid, and specific weight of that liquid or fluid. So here P, that is nothing but power of that centrifugal pump, depends upon head, then discharge, and specific weight of that fluid. So here one dependent variable, three independent variable. So by using Rayleigh's methods, we can find out the correlationship between dependent variable with respect to independent variable. Now how to solve this problem? So here, as we are knowing that power is a dependent variable, and that power of that centrifugal pump is depends upon head of the centrifugal head available at the centrifugal pump, discharge of that centrifugal pump, and specific weight of that fluid. So here P is called as a dependent variable, H, Q, W is called as the independent variable. So as power is depend upon these three independent variable, so this can be written as power is a function of head of that fluid or head available at the centrifugal pump, discharge, and specific weight. So according to Rayleigh's method, it can be written as P is equal to K into H raised to A, Q raised to B, small w raised to C. And here K is called as a constant, A, B, C, those are called as a arbitrary powers, and those arbitrary powers are obtained by comparing the fundamental dimensions from both the side. So here we are knowing the fundamental dimensions of all the physical quantities, that means power, then head, discharge, and specific weight. So power, what is the fundamental dimensions of power? So for revising that fundamental dimension, I will show that chart once again. So power is having the unit as a joule per second. So this as a chart we have seen in the last lecture or last video. So length, fundamental dimension, L, M, T, so all those things we are derived. Then another chart, dynamic viscosity, pressure, modulus of elasticity, surface tension, shear stress, work, power. Power is having the SI unit as a joule per second, and dimension, fundamental dimension as a m raised to 1, L raised to 2, T raised to minus 3, torque, momentum. So here as power is having the unit as a joule per second, so fundamental dimensions of power are nothing but m raised to 1, m raised to 1, L raised to 2, and T raised to minus 3. Then head is having the unit as a meter. Meter means in terms of length only. So fundamental dimension will be L raised to 1. Discharge, Q is having the unit as a meter cube per second. Meter cube means liter, length raised to 3, per second means time raised to minus 1. So that will be the fundamental dimensions of Q. Specific weight is nothing but weight per unit volume. So here that will have the fundamental dimensions as a m raised to 1, L raised to minus 2, T raised to minus 2. Now put all those fundamental dimensions in, suppose this is the equation number 1. So put all those fundamental dimension in equation number 1, we will get that P, fundamental dimension of P is nothing but m raised to 1, L raised to 2, T raised to minus 3 is equal to, K is a constant term, it will not have the fundamental dimension. H, head is having the fundamental dimension as a L raised to 1. Here power will be A into Q is having the fundamental dimension as a L raised to 3, T raised to minus 1. Arbitrary power is nothing but B, and small w specific weight is having the fundamental dimension is m raised to 1, l raised to minus 2, t raised to minus 2, power is nothing but c. Now to find out the values of arbitrary constant, that means ABC, values of arbitrary constant ABC, those powers or arbitrary values, arbitrary powers are found out by comparing the fundamental dimensions from both the side. So here what are the fundamental dimension? M, L, T, M, L and T. These three fundamental dimensions are there. So if I am going to compare the powers of M from both the side, if I am going to compare the powers of L from both the side, and if I am going to compare powers of T from both the side, then I will get the values of A, B, C, and after putting those values of A, B, C, I will get the directly correlationship between dependent variable and independent variable. So first of all, I will compare the powers of, or I will equate power of M from both sides. So here power of M in the left hand side is nothing but equal to 1. 1 is equal to, whether in first term M term is there, no, second term is also not, second term also M term is not there. Here M term is there, M raised to 1 raised to C, that means here I will get that C. So here I will directly get the value of C. C is equal to 1. Similarly, I will equate the powers of L. Equate power of L. So here in the left hand side, the power of L is equal to 2. Here L term is present, so L raised to 1 raised to A, that is nothing but equal to A. L also, here also L term is present, L raised to 3 raised to B, that is nothing but, here plus term is there, so plus 3B. Here L term is there, but minus 2 raised to C, that is nothing but minus 2C. So here now we are having one equation, 3 unknown, out of that we are knowing the value of C. So here I will get that 2 is equal to A plus 3B minus 2, that is nothing but A plus 3B, A plus 3B, here minus 2 will come here, that will become as a 4. So here to find out the value of A and B, one more time I need to equate the last term, that is equate the power of third term, that is nothing but T. So if I am going to equate the power of T, here left hand side power of T is nothing but minus 3. Here T term is not there, here T term is present, that means minus 1 raised to B, that is nothing but minus B. T raised to minus 2, power is C, so minus 2C. So as we are knowing that value of C is nothing but equal to 1, put the value of C, minus B minus 2 into 1, that is nothing but 2, so minus 3. So here if I am going to take that B term here, so B will be equal to 3 minus 2, that is nothing but equal to 1. So I am getting the value of B as a 1. So now put the value of B as a 1 in this equation. So after putting that value of B in this equation, I will get that A plus 3 into 1. Value of B is nothing but 1 is equal to 4. So here I will get the value of A as a 1. So here in this equation, by equating the powers of, or by equating the fundamental dimensions of left hand side and right hand side, I have obtained the arbitrary. So after obtaining the values of A, B, C, that is nothing but the values of arbitrary power A, B, C, we have to put the values of A, B, C in equation 1. So after putting the values of A, B, C in equation 1, I will get the equation as P is equal to K into H into Q into small w. So this is the correlationship between dependent variable and independent variable. So this is the one way to find out the correlationship between dependent variable and independent variable by using the Rayleigh's method. So we are also knowing the limitations of this release method. This release method can be used only if the number of independent variables are limited up to 3. If the number of independent variable will exceed the 3, then this method will be more laborious or more tedious. So in that case, we have to use the Buckingham Pi theorem.
Hopefully you might have enjoyed the lecture. Then please do like the video and know your thoughts in comments. Please do share this video among your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. After subscription you can press the bell icon to never miss the notification regarding our new videos. Thank you so much.